So take a look at the War Memorial on your left-hand side. This is a memorial dedicated to people who lost their lives in the First, Second, and Korean Wars. Straight ahead, you can see this beautiful hotel. This is not our hotel, guys. I am sorry. This is called the Chateau Laurier. So this is a very beautiful hotel that was built in 1912. And you can see straight ahead that the Rideau Canal here, which connects off on your right-hand side and all the way here to the Ottawa River. So honestly, this is one of my favorite parts of Ottawa, is if you look across the river, you can see really beautiful views. And in fact, when we go to the museum is on the other side of the river, which is actually in the province of Quebec. So we're going to be leaving Ontario and going to Quebec. And it's actually the best place to have a view of the Parliament buildings here is from the other side of the river. So Ottawa, it's a larger city than London, but smaller than somewhere like Toronto. So there's about 1 million people living here. And coming up on the right-hand side, we'll walk this way as well when we have more relaxed time. So you'll be able to see the Parliament buildings here off on the right-hand side. So Ottawa's known to be a government town because Ottawa is the So it's known to be a government town because the largest employer is the federal government, of course. But other than that, it's known to have quite a few diversified industries, like the high-tech industry, biotechnology, pharmaceuticals are all also based here in Ottawa. So here's my question for you guys. What language are you going to hear when you get off the bus? Who says French? Who says both? Who says Hindi? Because I just talked to my friends. Never mind. Okay, how it works here is that here in Ottawa, it's very bilingual. So here, remember, we're still in Ontario. So officially, this is still the English-speaking province. When we cross the river, we will be in the province of Quebec, which is the only unilingual province in Canada. Its one official language is French. It does not have two official languages. It does not have a bilingual, sorry? Oh yeah, you meant there. Good one, good one. Yeah, it's when you get off the bus. But usually you'll hear people speaking both languages. But if you take a look at the signs, for example, you'll see both languages when property is owned by the Government of Canada. So you'll see both languages on the signs if it's a federal property. Look on the right-hand side here, you can see the Supreme Court of Canada. So there's a lot of federal buildings here along this stretch of Ottawa here. Also coming up on the right-hand side, this is the National Library and Archives right over here on the right-hand side. And the short history of Ottawa is that, like many of our cities here in Canada, before the Europeans came, so before the French, before the British, this was a native settlement. So the name Ottawa, it actually comes from a native word which means to trade. So basically there was a tribe, a native tribe here, who were named the Outaouais. So they traded furs with the French for about 10 years. So they actually weren't settled here for very long. But this is where the name of the river comes from. The name of the city comes from the name of the river. So you can see we're off on the right-hand side. As soon as we cross over the Ottawa River, we're in the province of Quebec. And if you look at all the signs, everything will change automatically into French. It's like magic. And then look across the river, it's the best view. Look how beautiful Parliament Hill is from this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to be going to the museum. So again, there's a few different exhibits that I would recommend. The best ones, of course, I think, are the Pacific Northwest, the ones on the first floor, where you can see the totems from Indigenous communities that were living in the northwest part of Canada. And also the third floor